Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. For those of you who are new here, welcome, and thank you for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back. It is very good to see you. I am your friendly tarot reader for this evening or afternoon or morning or wherever you may be in the world, whatever time of day it may be in the world where you are. All of my donation information can be found posted at the top of the chat, as well as continually posted by Nightbot in the chat, in addition to the information in the video. I have 3 reading options. I offer a mini reading, which is $7.77, and it consists of 5 cards and 1 question. Full readings, which are $14.14, those are 10 cards. We can either do 1 question or to split that into 2, or an in-depth reading, which is $21.21. That's 15 cards, and we can have it be either 1 full 15-card reading, 1 10-card and a 5, or 3 5-card readings. It is up to you. I also offer a different selection and variety of readings. I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on, and if that is something that you are interested in, please let me know beforehand. If you give me their name, their date of passing, their date of birth, and their relation to you, that really helps me get in touch with them. And by the by, we are using the Jupiter Power Tarot deck this evening. I'm on really late tonight. I had a very busy day. Good day. Very good day. But a busy day. And I am not going to be able to go on tomorrow night. I know I told a few of you I'd be on tonight. So normally I am not. Normally I'm not on this late, but tonight I am. But yeah, the Jupiter Power Tarot by my favorite tarot artist, Charlie King Tarot. I have 3 of her decks. I also have the Mars Power Tarot deck in addition to the Moon Power Tarot deck, and you can find her work on Etsy as well as her website, which is zigzagirl.com. She is cool as hell. She lives out in the desert and paints herself turquoise and makes really awesome psychedelic art, artistically very aesthetically pleasing tarot decks. I also I answer a lot of I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. I answer a lot of questions, matters of the heart, romance questions. And one of the readings that I suggest and offer is my soulmate confirmation reading. And that can be asked in one of 2 ways. The traditional way is just directly asking your spirit guides, your messengers, your angels, if somebody in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours. And if the answer is yes, they'll explain why. If the answer is no, they'll conversely explain why not. And we just received our first donation. Thank you so much, Kay, for your donation, my friend. I hope you're doing well today. Were you interested in in one question, or did you want to split this up into multiple questions? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I had a really nice day. A little stressful in the morning, but really good so far. Thank you for asking. And I got my coconut water here, so I'm happy as a clam. One question. You got it. A general. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Alright, we have 9 of Wands, 4 of Wands reversed, Judgment reversed, Ace of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Pentacles, the Tower reversed, 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups reversed, Justice, 4 of Swords, the Moon, the Star reversed, the High Priestess, and 9 of Cups. Okay. What is going on here, my friend? Let's start with this 9 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and 4 of Swords. 9 of Wands is usually pops up when one is feeling battle weary. It's a card of stamina, it's a card of strength, it's a card of not just having boundaries, creating boundaries, but maintaining them, but also and having success in doing so, and having success in fighting the battles that do come into your life. We all fight battles every day, but feeling weary, feeling. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I do get a sense that there's an energy of like fatigue and frustration here, and I'm also seeing this with the 7 of Pentacles reverse. There's certain things that, and most things in your life, especially challenges, you're able to overcome. You're able to make things work. But there may be one particular challenge in your life right now in which it's particularly difficult to make it work in your favor, or at least the way you would like to see it work. With this 5 of Pentacles, it really lends more clarity to this 9 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles being a feeling of abandonment, a feeling of lack, a feeling of wanting more, a feeling of being possibly left out in the cold. And also a feeling of wanting to come in from the cold, wanting that to change. And I see that on your mind with this Four of Swords. It does look like this is something that I'm probably just preaching to the choir here. This is something that you're well aware of, but Spirit is acknowledging it. And it's you've mentioned in the past that an issue that you grapple with, or at least have been grappling with, is wanting more. And that's something that I think most of us as humans grapple with it at one point in our life or another. And whether it be one specific thing or just more from life in general. And the message I'm getting from Spirit, sorry I sound so nasal, the message I'm getting from Spirit is that your feelings are completely valid. Okay, it's totally valid to feel this way, to want more, to want to see things come to fruition in your favor, in a more reliable fashion. And I see some disharmony here with this Four of Wands reversed. I don't know where that's stemming from. It could be stemming from exactly what I was just speaking of here. This Four of Wands reversed is also a signifier of an unhappy home, difficulty in one's home life or work life, or difficulties regarding interpersonal relationships. The metaphorical dominoes not falling into place the way that you want to see them fall into place. With the Tower reversed, a lot of people actually, someone I know actually asked ChatGPT once, what is the worst tarot card? And before ChatGPT could answer, I said the Seven of Swords. ChatGPT said the Tower, and I knew ChatGPT was going to say the Tower because I think that's just a common one that people fear. I don't see the Tower as a negative card. It can be, but it can also be. It's an abruption. It's a huge, massive change in one's life. It's surrender. It's a level of surrender as well, vulnerability. So sometimes the Tower can be, an abruptive change that's not favorable in our lives. That's true. But it also doesn't dictate that it's necessarily a bad abruption. I think you do want an abruptive change in your life. If I'm not mistaken, I get the sense that you would like to see things really, really change. Whether it be in one particular area of your life or in all areas of your life, but overall, we have clarifying these, we have the Moon, which represents a couple of things: feeling in the dark, informationally, not that which is unknown can be scary. That which is unpredictable can be frustrating, and most of life is unpredictable, and that's coming from a tarot reader. I've been saying this for years. The future is largely unwritten. The future is largely up to us and other people and free will. Tarot is all about reading current energies and suggestions from Spirit on how to navigate those. And what I'm seeing here is definitely an energy of frustration, especially regarding that which is unknown, that which can't be predicted, that which, I shouldn't even say that which can't be predicted, but that which you have a good read on things in general, okay, in your life, and it's like I feel like there's one area in your life where you are struggling with, kind of questioning how accurate you're reading a particular situation, and definitely feeling that or I should say possibly feeling, but I think it's more of a definitely feeling like there's a lot that you just simply don't know when it comes to the future, regarding a big shift, a big change in your life. And I see this desire furthermore with this Judgment reversed card here, jumping right into that. The Judgment upright is kind of what I was talking about with the Tower card a few moments ago, how it's not a good card, it's not a bad card. It can be a bad card, it can be a good card too. But it's symbolic of a massive change, a massive shift, a massive life change. And similarly to the Tower, we have it reversed. And it can often be indicative of, like, sorry, I just had a brain spasm. it can often be, so it can, the Judgment reverse card can often be indicative of the judgment, the word itself, judgment, judging oneself too harshly, not judging others, but putting a lot of pressure on yourself, okay? Judging I'm not saying that you're putting yourself down or that you're thinking like lower of yourself at this time, but I do think that this card does speak to a certain level of current self-doubt that is normally not there. And then with this Crux card, as I like to refer to it when we do these 15 card spreads, especially the general 15 card readings, we have this Five of Wands, which I think is a perfect exemplification of the general energy of what we're seeing here. Five of Wands is conflict, pure and simple. That it is conflict, inner and outer. You're dealing with conflicts. I mean, and who isn't dealing with both inner and outer conflicts every day, right? We always, that's what life is made up of, right? But it really is troubling you. This you're dealing with more than you are used to. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, or at least the things that you are having to reckon with right now are, in general, a lot more intense and difficult to navigate than they have in the past, than they have been in the past for you. And it's created a certain level of hopelessness, not permanent, but a bit of a level of hopelessness with this Star reversed card, having a difficult time seeing the light, the metaphorical light at the end of the tunnel, having a difficult time when it comes to visualizing exactly what it is you'd like to see changed in your life, or not exactly what it is, but how you'd like to see the changes that you want to see come to manifest in your life, come to manifest exactly how they would look like. Yeah, and I do see a new beginning on the horizon for you with this Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a really wonderful, I mean, all of the aces are wonderful beginnings, but the Ace of Pentacles, the best beginning when it comes to anything, whether it be a romantic connection or a family connection or a work connection, any kind of or not even a connection, whether or like a new job or a new living space. The Ace of Pentacles is not just any new beginning. It's a new beginning with a really solid, a super solid ass foundation. And at all the best beginnings have solid foundations, right? Like no castle that was built on sand lasts forever, So I do see a positive, fruitful, stable beginning coming into your life. But I also, with this Three of Cups reversed, I do see this beginning possibly not looking exactly like you had envisioned it, which is fine. I think that intuitively with this high priestess, I think that I know that it's God's plan, and whatever this new change, this new start is, hopefully a big change, a big abruption in your life that's positive. Um, and yeah, what I'm seeing is positive. It's this new change is positive, but it may not. It's interesting. I actually did a reading for someone last night that had a very similar message, but part of part of her message was, I see like a really like positive change coming in your direction, um, but it may be difficult for you to identify at first because it's not going to look exactly like how you've been envisioning it to look like, if that makes sense. Like it's like a dream, like it's like a dream come true, but you've never had the dream. But if you were to have the dream, it would be a lovely dream. Like, does that make sense? It's definitely a good beginning. I'm seeing an end to frustrations, my friend, with this Seven of Pentacles reversed. And like I was saying earlier, I do feel an energy of frustration in this spread, an energy of frustration of possible lack of agency. I know you've mentioned that in the past, and I know you being a Leo as well. All Leos. I don't think I've ever met a Leo that wasn't proud of saying just loud and proud. Like, I am a control freak. Like, I know what I want. I know how I want to see my life unfold, and the more control I can have over that, the better. And that is what I'm seeing for you. I do see those frustrations dissipating with this Seven of Pentacles reversed, so long as you continue doing the things you're doing, staying on track and not allowing external forces to prevent you from seeing that there is indeed a light at the end of the tunnel with this Star reversed card, things will return to balance with this beautiful Justice card. Things will absolutely restore to balance. Just because the tide is high right now, it's just like the wisdom of the King of Cups. Like, just because the tide happens to be high right now does not predicate that the tide will be high tomorrow. You know, the tide is constantly shifting. Sometimes it's super violent and rocky. At other times, it's very, very placid and very, very safe. And that's what balance is all about. There's going to be high tides. There's going to be low tides. It's all about just breaking the waves. Just breaking the waves daily. And we just received a donation from Miss Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy. Let me go ahead and add you here real quick. Okay. Yeah, and then ending with this beautiful, beautiful Nine of Cups card here, which is wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. The dreams that, and I know I said, and I still stand by what I said, there is a new beginning on your horizon that is essentially like a dream that you've never had before. But I do see dreams that, coming to fruition in your life with this Nine of Cups. I do see wish fulfillment. I do see satisfaction. Is that a marijuana plant? Because all these cards are based on a different plant. I'm wondering if Nine of Cups is marijuana. It sure looks like it. That's funny. Yeah, so Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, satisfaction, contentment, and the power of clear visualization, and the power of thus, visualization begetting to manifestation and taking place in your life. So that is what I see for you, my friend Kay. Thank Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. I really appreciate you as always, always, always. And I hope that reading brought you clarity and insight. Thanks for the reading. Appreciate it as always. That was correct. You're very, very welcome. You are so welcome, Kay. I'm glad that resonated with you. Absolutely. Miss Wendy. Sorry, Wendy. Give me just one sec. Oy vey. What's going on here? Hey, girl. Sorry about that. Okay, so you said, do you remember when I told you that I had a coworker rage quit a few weeks ago? Yes, I do remember you telling me that. What happened there? Did they come back or something? She made up a bunch of lies about me and my other coworkers before her last day, and then today I saw that a lawyer from an employment law firm looked me up on LinkedIn. You think, well, you know I can't answer legal questions, love. You think she's trying to sue you? That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. I can't ask that. I'm sorry. I can ask if she's plotting to hurt, like retaliate against you in some way, but I can't ask. I can't ask a legal question if she. I can't ask if she's going to pursue legal action. But yeah, I can ask if if you're like basically like on her shit list. So, okay, so she made up, and just for more clarity, so she made up a bunch of lies about you and other coworkers before her last day. There's and I mean, there's nothing she could sue you for. It would be libel. I can't imagine there's anything that she could legitimately sue you for, right? Hi, Hector. Welcome. Hey, not sure where my comment went, but I did leave a PayPal and question. You sure did. I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. Thank you so much, Hector. I didn't see your question. Do you mean you left it in your PayPal? But let me go ahead and add you here. Thank you so much, Hector. There we go. I don't know what exactly she would be able to sue for. That's what I'm thinking too. But she claimed that we bullied her when all we did was ask her to do her task. Okay. Is she planning on retaliating against you in some way? Angels, messengers, and what's her name, Wendy? D, and she's a Taurus. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is D planning on retaliating against Wendy? Knight of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, the Devil reversed, the Hermit reversed, and Death reversed. Whew. Okay. I don't think so. I think she tried. I know I don't answer legal questions, but the Hierophant girl is a legal entity, and it's the only card that we have up right here. Yes, that lawyer checked you out, but that lawyer, I'm sure, advised her, you don't have a leg to stand on here. Like, you really don't. Like, you can proceed, but it'll cost you this much, and, if we don't win, that's I really think that she wanted to, and she sought legal counsel, and they did their vetting, their due diligence, and they were like, there's really nothing here. I'm seeing just like full, like, no movement forward. Nine of Swords reversed, Death reversed. These are both very standstill cards. No forward motion, not moving forward with something. That's why I think she had the idea. The Devil reversed. She had the idea. I think she was plotting. I think she was. But like I said, she doesn't have a leg to stand on. And with this Hermit reversed, it's something that she just has to surrender to. You're still on her shit list mentally. I mean, if she's crazy enough to go that far, Yeah, other than we got into a big argument a year ago, she has nothing on me. And even still, I mean, I've never heard of something so ridiculous as someone suing someone for getting into an argument with someone. That shit happens. Arguments happen every damn day. If you didn't touch her, if you did not physically violate her, there's nothing to take to court here. An argument, that's nothing. Unless she's, which I'm sure she has, even the lies that she said, like, oh, she bullied me, blah 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 blah. She's under oath here. She can only say so much to actual legal counsel, because if she takes this to court, she'll be on the stand, she'll be under oath. So if she bullshits something, which all of her gossip about you before she left was BS, she has no leg to stand on. So yes, she did seek legal. I wasn't supposed to answer your question, but Spirit gave me the okay. Yeah, she did seek legal counsel. The Hierophant is definitely legal counsel, and they're saying no, we're not going forward. It would, I mean, if you really want to, but you'd be stupid as hell, and you almost guaranteed lose both of us money and time. Like, really, like, she's got some issues. She thinks that everyone's out to get her. I was gonna say, it sounds like she's just got effing issues. I wish I could counter sue for slander. Yeah, I mean, I would only go that far. I would only go that far if she actually were to take you to court, which I really don't think she is. I really don't. These are all cards of not moving forward. She did think about it. She talked about it. And you're not the only one, though, hon. You are not the only victim here that she's trying to punish. She feels very little agency in her life. I'm not making excuses for her. She's a messed up person, and very little control in her life. And this is how she's trying to extract it through litigation. And then her lawyers even advised her that she would be foolish, that she doesn't have a leg to stand on. That's embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. And that's exactly what I thought too. I'm like, what the hell does she have to sue over? Oh, you guys got into an argument? Happens every day, honey. Like, you can't sue for that unless you laid hands on her, which you didn't. You're all good. And you weren't the one who talked shit. Yeah, your HR will be dealing. Yeah, let them earn their salaries and they'll deal with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, from everything I see here, you're in the safe zone. You were in the safe zone. She did consider it, but again, you've done nothing. Just like I figured. You're not a mean person. Like, you're not unreasonable. I yelled at her to mind her own business, and then she ran crying to HR. Well, she deserved it. You stood your ground. You're a nice person, but you're not and you're not unreasonable. That was not that you weren't being unreasonable. You had your reason, and you're a Taurus too, girl. So I know it takes a lot to push you to that point. So you had your reason. You can't, and you also can't sue someone for yelling at you. Like, god damn, I'd be loaded. I would be loaded if you could sue for people yelling at you. That I really get a soft. I've never heard your voice, but I definitely get a very soft spoken sense from you. Most Tauruses are, and at the very least, every Taurus I've ever met is they have the potential to be really angry, and stay the f away once you've pissed them off. But if you're fair with them, they're the sweetest, most easygoing people. So I know she earned that yell. Just knowing you and knowing Tauruses, she earned that. And I don't encourage, raising voices or anything, but I do encourage standing one's ground, and that's what you did. You had to. We were very patient until we can't take it. Exactly. It's like that children's book. What is it? Ferdinand the Bull, the sweet bull, and he just likes looking at the daisies and but everyone's afraid of him. but he's just a very kind, like, and it's true, like, bulls are really chill, like, unless you, like, wave a red flag in front of them, like, or poke at them, then they get heated, but otherwise they're chill, really chill, like, yeah, so, I know she earned it, I know she earned it. You're in the clear zone, love, you're in the clear. Thank you so much, Wendy. Much love and light to you. Hector, thank you for your donation, my friend. Oh, I see. Yeah, you posted your question. I'm gonna read it real quickly here in your PayPal donation. My name is Hector. Last week I reconnected with Monty. Later on Friday, we loosely made plans for this Tuesday, but haven't heard from him. What's going on? What's his energy like towards me? Okay, is this romantic? Are we down with the LGBT tonight? And what is your sign? And what is Monty's sign? Sorry, I'm asking like all these questions right now. Okay, we love you. We stand. And what is your sign? What is Monty's sign? You're a Gemini. He's a Capricorn. Loves it. And then I have a suggestion for you. You don't have to accept it, but I do a reading. I call it the TFI spread. Some of my clients call it the OG love reading. I don't know. Are you new here? Or I don't know if you're new here, but anyway, we can ask what his thoughts, feelings, and his intentions are towards you right now, in addition to your general energies and his general energies. Do you want to do that? Because then it answers 3 questions in one. We can just like get to the bottom of it. You are new. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the tribe. I appreciate your subscription. And the channel is turning 5 years old. It's turning 5 years, which makes me feel old. In like 2 weeks, February, I want to say February 11th is the channel's birthday. We're going to have a party. You should definitely stop by. We'll be doing some free readings. It'll be fun. I mean, it's always a fun time, but you want to do the TFI? Okay, I think it would just, get to the bottom of things here. And so you're the Gemini and he's the Capricorn, right? Okay. I'm just trying to understand why I haven't heard from him, Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very excited. And remind me, how long has it been since the two of you last spoke? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Monty's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Hector? And these are current, about 6 days. Okay. These are current energies, like right at this. Sorry, dropped my crystal. Right at this moment. Sorry, give me 1 sec. I just need to be gross and blow my nose. 1 moment. All right. Okay, love. Let's see what we have here. We have King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Pentacles reversed, the Sun reversed, and the Magician reversed. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, this isn't fun. Have you... I normally never ask this question just because I can't speak for any other reader. Have you gotten a reading on him from anyone else? Or and how familiar are you with tarot? Which is honestly isn't a big deal, but since we just reconnect after such a long time apart, naturally I'm curious. So, and you've known each other for what, like years? I don't know if you specified. Maybe you did in your. So you guys have known each other for a while. You're pretty familiar, and sometimes you read. Okay, okay. Um. So what I'm seeing here is not great. We'll start with your current energies. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You're here. You can tell me what's up. But with your general energies towards him and the situation, we have the King of Pentacles. You still hold very strongly to the feelings that he brought you, brings you. Um, you still, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you do still have faith in this connection continuing. Um, However, it could possibly be waning. And I'll be honest, I'm just saying that because you came to me. but because it feels really strong. And I understand why, because you guys have known each other for a long ass time. But you came to me, so obviously you are starting to kind of wonder, like, is this as solid as I thought it was? Now, I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not God. I'm not Judy. Okay, I'm no one's mama. I'm certainly not his, but I don't like his energy. Um, and I've just met you, but you're my client, and I want what's best for all my clients. You deserve the best. Everyone does. Even he does. Actually, no. That's the thing, is he doesn't deserve the best. And you would be the best. You're a really good guy, Hector, and you would be a really good guy to him, and you are a good guy to him. And I see the Magician reversed. I hate this card. This is manipulative energy. This is really dicey energy. This is like red flag, eyebrow raised, hardcore energy. To the point where this is a loaded potato statement for me to make that I don't make unless I'm really serious about it. But I don't know how. Well, maybe maybe but I kind of get F boy energy from him. I don't know if you get that at all, or if he was a former F boy and now he's saying he has changed. If there's anything like that, if he's said like it, get this, okay, Hector. If he's come back to you, because you know him, if he's come back to you with making like being really like vociferous, I guess, about or like super like what's the word I want to use? Like emphatic about, oh, I've changed, you have no idea how much I've changed. Even if he's just mentioned it once, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but he strikes me as the type who's come back to you and now he's saying, I've changed. Oh, look at me, I've changed. Now, when people, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe that's not the case, but if that is the case, people who do that, huge red flag. Like, if you know that you've changed, actions speak louder than words. You usually don't have to tell someone. And his actions right now, we're not seeing anything. He's pulled back. And I know 6 days is not a huge amount of time, but when you're trying to start something, rev something up with someone again, even if it's just on a platonic friendship level, I would definitely think 6 days would be a little too long. He hasn't really said that, and okay, he hasn't really said that. In fact, when we see each other, things were different, but yes, he's a bit quiet. Okay, interesting. So quite the opposite. He's actually a bit quiet. Is that something he's not? Is he usually not very quiet? But you've noticed that that things have changed. let's get and continue to tell me whatever you want to tell me. Love. His thoughts. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. He doesn't think that, and this is where I get F-boy energy. I get the sense that you are not looking for that. Is that something that you'd be cool with, or are you looking more for a monogamous situation? Because that's something I think that he is very, very reticent to get involved in. Because I definitely see and feel energies that have pulled back. Right, I'm taking this Mormon. Yeah. And hell, I most of my friends are gay. I'm single. I'm a single Pringle, and it's hard enough out here as a straight woman to find men who are into monogamy. But I know what it's like in the gay world. And I'm not judging it from that perspective at all. I'm just looking at the cards and I'm thinking of that too. And I'm like, I think he's kind of, I don't know how old he is, and that doesn't even really matter. I just get the sense that he's more like, it has nothing to do with him not liking you. He definitely likes you, um, to the point where I think he really doesn't want to hurt you. And I think because y'all have known each other for so long, I think he's picking up on your energies, that your feelings are deepening for him, and I'm not making excuses for him, but he's scared. He's pulling back. He doesn't want to hurt you. I think he's fearful that if he spends more time with you and talks more with you, that your feelings are just going to get deeper. And I think he knows that you want something more monogamous, even if you haven't said it out loud explicitly. I think you guys have an intuitive connection there. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles reversed with the feelings. He doesn't want, and he's doing so inadvertently. He doesn't want to beset hardship upon you. He doesn't want to make things difficult for you with this Seven of Pentacles reversed, but he's kind of already done it, by bringing you back into his life and then, shutting down the theme park before you even knew. And I've been in connections like that too, where I dated someone and like we didn't date for years, and then they just come right back into my life, and then they almost as soon as they appear, they disappear. And I'm not saying every person who does that is like that. Everybody's totally different, but I have seen that happen in my life. His intentions, we have the Sun reversed. I don't like that. This is where I'm just like, tisk tisk, not good. The Sun reversed is dishonesty. I feel like there's something that he's been concealing from you, and I feel like it is F-boy energy. I don't want to say he's like got a revolving door of dudes, but I just saw the word busy in my head. That's not, and that's kind of an old-fashioned term a little bit for someone who kind of stays active, so to speak. So I definitely think that was from one of my spirit guides. And the Sun is also about retreating, not shining one's light on someone anymore, or at least for the time being. We asked, these are, and I will repeat, these are current energies. Energies are changing all the time. I'm not saying that to give you hope that everything will turn around tomorrow, but it does sound like this guy is a bit of a flip-flopper. You've known him for a very long time. He's come back into your life. But with that, if you're looking for a monogamous connection, you want someone you can rely on, you know, someone who's stable in that department, someone who you don't have to wait 6 days to hear from. Even the busiest person in the world can answer a text, you know, or make a phone call. So I do see his energies retracting. Is this permanent? That I can't answer. Based on his behavior in the past, likely not. He sounds like a bit like a flip flopper. Can't make up his mind. And if he's a Capricorn too, like you mentioned, they have a hard time falling. They have a hard time allowing themselves to fall. And I've had difficulty dating Capricorns myself. I don't think I've ever had success in getting one to fall for me. They're either lone wolves or just kind of stick to the physical aspect of things and kind of keep things lightweight. It can be hard to get depth from them, which I'm not saying you're trying to get right now, because you guys just started hanging out again. I understand, but I do sense cold feet here. Not wanting to hurt you is a big one there. And I think conclusively, it sounds like, and it's hard. I have no doubt it's hard to accept, but it sounds like the two of you just might be on different pages there in terms of what you're looking for in a connection. Doesn't mean that he doesn't care about you or respect you. Just possibly wrong place, wrong time. Okay. So that is what I see for you, Hector. Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. I appreciate you. Appreciate your patience. And thank you so much for joining the channel. I really appreciate you. Like I said, we'll be having a party on my channel's birthday. I'm going to go ahead and say it's the 11th. I'm pretty sure it's the 11th. Wait, I can check right now. So I'm going to have a party, and it's going to be pretty cool. We'll be doing some free readings. Those are always, people always like those. Yeah, February 8th is when I will be having my 5-year anniversary party, so we'd love to see you there, and anytime. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Hector. You got this. You got this. You're gonna find, if he's not the one, you're gonna find a fine fellow who's gonna be there for you and show up and not leave you guessing or wondering. It's what you deserve. All right. So the donation queue is currently open, so whoever makes a donation will be read for next. Yeah, I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. I've been put under and experienced past life regression. I've regressed others. And then I discovered a method of past life regression via the good old tarot deck about 2 years after I started this channel. I've been reading for many, many moons. I've been reading for like 25 years now. I only started reading professionally almost 5 years. February 8th, it'll be 5 years. So, but yeah, about 2 years into this channel, I realized I was channeling past lives for people. And those are always fascinating. Always fascinating to know what your soul's tapestry is. It definitely answers a lot of questions, especially regarding irrational fears, repetitive dreams for sure, and sometimes just for clarity on one's life right now. But it can be asked really for and with any intention. Yeah, as I did for Hector just a moment ago, I answer a lot of romance questions. I answer all questions except for legal and medical, but I do answer a lot of romance and love questions. And for that, I almost always recommend the TFI spread or the OG love reading. It answers 3 questions in one, well, actually 5 questions in one. It can be done with a 5 card mini, a 10 card full, or a 15 card in depth, and it answers what their thoughts are towards you, their feelings, their intentions, in addition to their energies towards the general situation and your energies towards the situation as well. So it's very in depth, very thorough, and I don't think I've ever seen any other reader offer. Offer a three in one reading there. So it's definitely a very comprehensive reading. I also do private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment. It's just one-on-one, you and me over Zoom. It's the same setup as here. You see the cards, you see me, you hear me. We can pull as many cards as you like, as much as time can allot. We answer as many questions as you need to answer. There is no limitation other than time, and oftentimes, if my schedule permits it and yours does as well, I can often extend the session if we need to. But I highly recommend getting a private reading for me, scheduling a private reading for me. It also offers that extra level of discretion and privacy that a YouTube live stream just can't offer, and the one-on-one without any interruption at all, just giving me all the backstory context that you feel is necessary. Um, Alternatively, I also offer private readings more for reasons of convenience. Um, and I do those anytime. If you ever have a question and I'm not online, just send me your donation with your question, and I will be able to return and answer your reading at the very latest in 24 hours, but I can usually get back to you in about 2 to 3 hours, sometimes even sooner than that. I always have a deck of cards on me, if not one deck, multiple decks of cards on me. Um, and those are answered over voice memos, over DMs on Instagram, or conversely, if you don't use Instagram, I can always type it for you over email as well. But it also offers that level of discretion and privacy that a YouTube live stream just can't provide. Um, so yeah, and also it offers immediacy as well. If you don't see me online for a number of days or whatever, or if something happens and you need assistance immediately, I am here for you. With that being said, the donation queue is indeed open. So whoever donates next will be read for next, and I will be on for at least another hour. Thank you so much. Hey Mahogany, how are you, love? I sure am still taking donations, yeah. If you have a question, I am here for you, love. Thank you very much, Mahogany, for your donation. Sorry, 1 sec. Okay. All right, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. So I asked Trey to link to catch up. He stated he didn't think it would be a good idea and I was wondering, will he change his mind? Okay. So by link up, you mean just like you asked him if he wanted to meet up with you, or do you mean like hook up? It has been months since an actual link, but I seen him one day when I was on the way to get my nails done. He spoke, but I didn't say much. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Trey change his mind about meeting up with Mahogany? He did speak and respond faster than normal, though, when I reached out. Okay, let's see where he's at here. We have Two of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Queen of Swords reversed. It's likely that he will change his mind. Yeah. Um yeah. If I saw the Two of Wands, something's going on with the lights. If I saw either the Two of Wands or the Two of Swords, and here we have the Two of Swords. That's definitely energy of like being on the fence. An energy of confusion as well. At this point, he's telling you that he thinks it would be a bad idea. And part of him does think that it might not be the best idea, but there is a part of him that is torn and that does want to meet up with you. And I see that he still values you with this Knight of Pentacles here. And I see that with the Six of Pentacles that, yeah, he can definitely go, this could go either way. This could go either way. The Six of Pentacles usually has the scales on the traditional artwork. So it could really go either way here. He definitely, there's a good chance he'll change his mind and move forward to meeting up with you with this Chariot card. And again, with changing his mind, we have this Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords upright has made her judgment call and she's sticking with it. The Queen of Swords upright is all about like judgment, setting boundaries and not straying from them. When it's reversed, it's like whatever boundaries he has set right now are not super firm. It is highly likely that he will change his mind, because yeah, I see someone who still has affection for you, still values you, still thinks about you, still has you on their mind. Does have some hesitancy. I think the two of you may be on different pages when it comes to what you're looking for from one another. But I still see interest on both sides. But to confirm, I do see interest with him. And yeah, I do see him not standing super firmly with his decision, if that makes sense. He may have sounded like he was super firm about it, but I would be very hard-pressed to believe that he doesn't think about you and consider meeting up with you again more often than you would think. And I think he goes back and forth in his mind already. So with that being said, with that being the current energies of him kind of flip-flopping, not even kind of flip-flopping, he is flip-flopping, that would lead me to believe that there's a very good chance that, yeah, he will likely change his mind. Now, with this Chariot card, though, I'm not telling you to chase him, and I'm not saying that that's necessary in order for the two of you to meet up, but he may need some prodding from you. You may need to, like, ask again. I don't know if this is something that he would initiate on his own, if that makes sense. I think he does too, because he really just sprouted up in my mind. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and I know you said you guys ran into each other as well. So yeah, you're definitely on his mind. And I mean, it's not 100% that he's going to change his mind, but there is a very good chance, Mahogany, because what I'm seeing is someone who's saying that they're standing firmly in one place and saying, no, I don't think it's right. I don't think it would be, ideal. But his heart and his body, his mind, not so much, but his mind is saying one thing, but like his emotions are saying another. I don't think he does want this to come to a complete stop. I think he doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to lead you on. I do think there is a difference in what you guys are looking for. But he definitely is still attracted to you, still values you, and I think he would like to see you again. Basically, his answer is not super firm. No. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, Miss Mahogany. Thank you so very much, love, for your donation. I appreciate you as always, and I really hope that I brought you some clarity there. Yes, there always seems to be a difference. Yeah, and he just, yeah, he definitely, there's some people, I don't, what's his sign again? I don't know if he's a fixed sign or not. I forget what his sign is, but I mean, some people are super fixed and super stubborn, and when they make a decision, they're not going back. I'm sure you know some of those type of people, but I don't get that energy from him. I get someone. I'm not saying he's like weak-willed or anything like that. I just get the sense that he's. I mean, the first card, especially being the Two of Swords. Oh, he is a fixed sign. Interesting. They're normally very, very stubborn. Um, and the Knight of Pentacles came up. That's his card. That's his court card. They move slowly, girl. They are the slowest moving knight. The Knight of Pentacles. They move very slowly. Sorry about the lights. There was something going on with the lights earlier. They do move very slowly. Yeah, I've learned the hard way how stubborn they are. Yeah. But surprisingly, like I said, this is kind of surprising, him being a Taurus, and because I'm just not getting very super stubborn energy here. I'm getting more like, yeah, he's not super set on what he's told you. So yeah, that is what I am seeing there. Not to say that, but I don't think we are on different pages. I'm not exactly pressed for anything from him this time. And I think you mentioned that. Yeah, you likely are on very similar pages. He may be making some assumptions here. He may just assume, oh well, most women do want something exclusive and very long term. So he could just be making assumptions here. That's a possibility. Um, but there is some kind of boundary where or guard up that he does have, that it's just not set as firmly as I normally see boundaries and guards being set. You know what I mean? Yeah. He still sees you as of course, yeah, of course you can donate for another reading. Yeah, he still sees you as desirable, and our desires are tempting. They're temptations, and I see and I sense someone definitely willing or definitely able to succumb to their temptations. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Thank you, thank you. Please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you. So I mean, I just excuse me. I just really want to catch up with him, but I mean, I wouldn't be completely opposed to being intimate, as we never have been before. Oh, I didn't know you guys hadn't been intimate before. Okay, not all the way. So I say that to say, is that the page he is on? Um. So the question you want me to ask is, in very plain terms, do you want me to ask if his intentions towards you are purely sexual, or do you just want me to ask why he is why he was reticent to meet up with you, or like what was holding him back, or what is holding him back? How do you want me to ask? Basically, if we met up, what would be his intentions? Okay, sorry, give me 1 second here. Pop this in here so it doesn't die. Okay. This is about to die. Ah, sorry. Camera malfunction. 1 sec. Miss Mahogany, I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay. So, you would like to know, yeah, what would be, basically if we met up, what would be his intentions, because I'm not looking for anything specific from him. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions be towards Mahogany if they met up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions towards Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Trey's intentions to Mahogany be if they were to meet up? Okay. All right, we have the World, Page of Cups, 4 of Cups, Judgment reversed, and the Lovers reversed. Page of Cups and 4 of Cups. I think he's really afraid of, honestly, Mahogany, I think he's afraid of developing feelings for you. I think that's what's holding him back. I'm not seeing F-boy intentions. I'm not seeing someone who's just wanting to, hook up. I'm seeing someone who would ideally want something, is looking for something more. But with this 4 of Cups and this Lovers reversed, it's like it's like he's denying himself. It's very Capricorn energy. I get the sense that he's really afraid of surrendering to essentially spending more time with you, getting to know you better, which would likely lead to him having deepening feelings for you, which again, I see him like going against himself with this Judgment reversed card. And we have this Page of Cups right here. The Page of Cups I always refer to as the crush card. Now, I told you, I always sense that he has feelings for you and that he values you. He's attracted to you. There's something beyond just friendship with him, yet he pulls back. Now, unless there's another person, unless there's another lady in the picture that he's not talking about, I don't know why someone would deny. Finally, something was going on with the electricity. I don't see why I'm trying to figure out why someone would deny themselves the gift of finding someone who they have, or developing a deep crush on someone. It definitely requires letting down boundaries, letting go of boundaries, and we've talked about this before. This guy's got major boundaries up, major, big time. But I also mentioned that while he does have these boundaries, they're not that firmly set. I even see it here, like there's definitely a fear. I know we asked what his intention was, and I think his intentions are good. I think he sees himself potentially falling for you in a deep way that he's just not ready for at this time. And I will say some people are reticent to start something serious with someone. And because I was wondering, like, is he an F-boy, or like what's going on here? What is his reticence? And I'm not even getting F-boy from this guy. I'm getting like fearful, like fearful of falling emotionally. This Four of Cups, Lovers reversed. Well, I've been running into that for the past year. A lot of men meet me and they sense urgent feelings for me, and they all end up just denying the feelings that they aren't ready for or seem to never be. It could be you, and that's definitely happened with me, Mahogany, as well. And I often wonder if it's just I have like an intensity about me that just some people don't have that. I don't want to say they don't have the depth for it, but I think sometimes it can scare people. Guys specifically. I think women are far less prone to this. I see that, but I do see this with men. Like in a lot of my readings and in my everyday life, but I rarely see it with women. And I never ask them for anything serious. It literally just keeps happening. And I believe you, Mahogany, because I have other clients who've gone through this. I've gone through this. I know people personally who encounter this as well. As women, and I know you're not looking for a relationship. That's the irony here, is you're not looking for something super serious. And the irony that I'm seeing, at least with him, is I don't think he wants something super serious either, but I think he feels that it would be inevitable that it would fall into that, and that's something that he's not ready to fall into at this time, or he's not sure that he's ready to want to surrender to that. He's not sure if he's ready to let go of that boundary. It's the most annoying shit I ever encountered. Like, good God, why can't people just flow with me? Well, if they can't flow with you, then they're not the right person. It just means this is not the right person at the right time. I mean, I just turned 40, girl, and I'm single, and I still date, and there's definitely a lot of misses. There's definitely a lot of strikes. And I have to keep the optimism that, you know, that that it was just a blessing in disguise. If it didn't work out, the right one's going to come along. Um, if they can't be on board with you for whatever reason at this time, you're not looking for you, you're not looking for an intense committed relationship. He's afraid of 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 falling into wanting one. Is that the type of person that you know you'd even want to have like as like a friend with benefits? Because if you're looking for a friend with benefits, there's definitely apps where you can find friends with benefits very easily if that's what you're looking for. Like Field, I think, is an app I think people use for like just like straight hookups. So if that's what you're looking for, you should definitely be able to find it. Um, I think just probably more in a space where it's more explicitly noted. Like I'm really not looking for something serious at this time. Whereas I think a lot of men um, do make an assumption sometimes. They never are, so I'm not expecting them to be. But I mean, I just want the energy flow of a masculine at times. Totally, absolutely, I understand that. I hear you. I'm not looking for hookups really. I want who I want, and that is also a problem. I don't want everyone. Okay, so you're not looking for hookups. So you would want something like a little deeper than just because I thought you told me that you wanted just like a friends with benefits thing with Trey. That's what I thought you wanted with him. But so yeah, if you do want something deeper with him, he's fearful of that. So maybe he's picking up on that. And it could also just be his own reticence as well. And I understand like there you're very picky and you have every right to be picky. You don't just want to go for anyone. I don't want anything deeper either. Gotcha. So you're kind of looking for like something in the middle, I guess. I don't really know what that would be. um I guess like a situationship or something where it's not just sex. You still spend time with them, but you don't spend too much time with them and you don't have a label. I don't know. Um, I think the clearer you are about what you want from someone is always the best. Um, like I have a very clear idea of what I'm looking for with with a person romantically. Not even just if it happened to be such a way that I'd be okay, but I wouldn't continuously sleep with him. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so like a friend with benefits type thing, but not all the time. Um, some masculine energy. Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, that's that can be a difficult balance for people to walk. Um, it and by people I don't mean you. You know what you want, and you deserve it. Um, but I know for a lot of even men, it can be easy for them to slip into feelings, and easy for both men and women to, if the sex is good, you sleep together one time, it's kind of like a drug, or, yeah, it's kind of like a drug. Kind of gonna want to try it again, you know. Um, so I understand just one time because you don't want to like if it went on more than one time, it would most likely inevitably create a deeper connection. It's just what our human biology does, what our brain does when we're intimate with people. Um, so it's definitely like a fine balance to walk that. Um, is totally possible, but can be difficult. Because, like I said, if the sex is good, you will likely, maybe you wouldn't, maybe you wouldn't want it again. Maybe it's just like a one-time thing, you know. But yeah, you're a grown woman. You have needs, and you deserve to have them met. And you also deserve, yeah, a man who's on the same page as you. And you'll find him. You'll find him. Um, it's it's kind of unique what you're looking for. But I think it's something that I would think a lot of men would be on board with. You know, masculine energy in your life, um, not a continual friend with benefits, but like, yeah, a you know, someone to, you know, make you feel like a woman, like whether I don't mean just by being physical, but also like, you know, through like words and actions and things like that. Yeah, well, these ones have, but you can't predicate every single guy on every guy that you've dated. The ones that you've dated in the recent past, this has unfortunately been the case. But it's not. If you look at it like a pattern, mahogany, it's possible you might manifest it as a pattern. You don't want to do that. You don't want to manifest this as a pattern at all. It's not. I promise you, it's not a pattern. It's just it's hard to find connection. It's hard to find connection, but it's not impossible, and it's something that you will find. Which kills me because they sleep with any and everybody all the time, and now it's pulled back. Seeing what has happened is all. Yeah, no, I hear you, love. I hear you, and those aren't the kind of guys that you want to be with. Guys that just will sleep with anybody, and then they just pull back. That's not, you know, that it's. I wouldn't want to be with someone. I don't know about you, but that's frustrating as behavior, you know. And if that's before, you know, anything's even initiated, that's really frustrating. But not all dudes are like that, and it can be easy to fall into that way of thinking, because I get into that way of thinking too sometimes. That frustration takes over, and sometimes we start to see, like, you know, why does this always happen? What, you know, it's happening, you know, why is this continuously happening? And it's just a matter of the right right one at the right time, and really believing in God's plan for us, that God has a plan for the right person for us. And Spirit always wants us to be happy with the right person. They know that if we want love, like, we deserve it, but it has to be, you know, on our terms as well as theirs. They're not all like that, but that doesn't mean those guys want me or I want them is all. Yeah, yeah. The good thing is, girl, there are so many people on this planet. There's a lot of people on this planet, and you have not met every single guy. There's a lot more for you to meet, and the ones right now have been disappointments. And again, I still stand firmly by the fact that I do think Trey will change his mind. Um, but I also think that you're gonna find. I know you're gonna find what you're looking for, but all the best things never come quickly or easily, love. Um, and I know you know that, but it's just something I always say. Yeah, Spirit has a lot of Lisa, so I'm seeing sometimes I just want what I want, like all the extra lessons and all that. I don't want to deal with that anymore. Yeah, I know. It's a pain. It's really a pain. I hear you. Um, and I don't I that's I agree with you. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. The lessons, the things that Spirit wants us to learn. I understand. But all I can say is this is not a pattern. It's not something that's destined to repeat itself in your life. It just means that these guys aren't the right ones. They're not the right ones. And you deserve it your way. You do. You deserve it your way, and you will have it your way. But it's tough. It's tough when it's a relationship because it's a two-way street. You know. I wish Spirit would get on board. I don't know. Do you pray? Pray for love. Pray for Spirit to send to hurry up with sending your Knight of Cups. If you don't already. I know it sounds really like simplistic, but I'm telling you, like most of the happiest people I see in relationships like are people like godly people who definitely pray. And I'd be hard pressed to think that they didn't pray for the good relationships that they have, or that at least whatever they have that makes them happy in this life. Yeah, just being very clear with Spirit, um, with what you're, and I tell people that too. Being very clear with Spirit is super crucial, because the clearer you are with Spirit about what you want to for them to deliver, the easier it is for them to meet you halfway. I really pray for love. I feel like I would have to sacrifice myself more than I want to, or lose my in the past. Then you don't need to pray for love, but I mean, pray for what you want. Love. Pray for whether you know whatever it is that you're looking for. Pray for that. That's what I suggest. Because you know very specifically what you want, and yeah, the clearer we can be with our wishes, like the Nine of Cups, that's when our spirit guides can be like, I see exactly what she wants. And speaking it out loud is also so important. That's why when I do readings and I'm incanting, I incant over and over and over, because words are so powerful, and that's the power of prayer as well. Is speaking those words and canting them, and spirit can hear it. Spirit, I don't know if they can read our minds, but they can definitely read our energies, our souls, and yeah, speaking directly with them. If you have Palo Santos or sage, burning something nice, burning an offering is always really, really helpful. I highly recommend that. But yeah, just being and also, you know, the clearer of an idea that you have, which it sounds like you do have a very clear idea of what you want. Yeah, the clearer you can just be with your angels and your guides. So that is what I see for you, Ms. Mahogany. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. And you are going to find what you want. You deserve it. And don't ever stray from that. Don't ever settle for anything less or anything different. Don't ever. I don't suggest that. You definitely deserve what you deserve. You're so welcome, love. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. So I've been on for a little over 2 hours now. So it is that time. I'm going to do a last call for any and all donations. I will not be on tomorrow night. I'm going to do my best, but I don't. No, I'm not going to be able to be on tomorrow because I am meeting up with a friend, and then I have Shabbat. Last call, everybody, for donations. Thank you so much. Last call, everybody. Last call for donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody, for all donations. Oh, and remember, it'll be the channel's birthday on the 8th of February, so we will be having a party. So, yeah, I'll be posting about that on my community tab. But it looks like everybody is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very much, and I will likely see you on Saturday. Bye!